We've looked at some possible reasons or things that were influencing these differences between nations in relation to their responses. And this chart shows the comparison between acceptance of restrictions and acceptance for banning, so the two most forceful types of intervention. And you can see that there's a relationship between the two, so the countries that tended to support banning tended also to support restrictions, but that the types of countries that were more supportive of those more forceful interventions tended to be countries with more paternalistic political structures, whereas countries that are a bit more liberal would tend to be least supportive of those two types. Looking at another measure of a similar type of thing, this is Geert Hofstede's Power Distance Index, which is a measure of the extent to which members of a society accept and expect that power is distributed unequally. So a high power distance will indicate that inequality due to power status has come to be entrenched in that country. And again, cultures with a high PDI tend to be more centralised, top-down type of government structures, whereas low power distance implies a sort of greater equality and sense of empowerment among citizens. And you can see that a similar pattern emerges there. Australia is distinguished from many other countries on these measures by a great preference for incentives that reward good behaviour compared to punishment, I guess, for bad behaviour. And countries such as Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, South Korea and Japan tended to prefer banning over incentives. There was a relationship between the wealth of the country as well and their tendency to support more restrictions on things. So you can see the more wealthy the nation, the more likely they were to support, the less likely they were to support restrictions that might make behaviours more expensive or more difficult to undertake. And also wealthier countries are more likely to want to leave companies alone.
US.
Yeah, the US in particular stands out.